If you guys need any cards, packs, sleeves, anything of that nature, shop on TCG Player using my affiliate link in the description. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of What Are They Cooking? These have been so fun lately. I'm never gonna get tired of doing them, honestly. And no different this week because we got some absolute banger replays here to show off. For those of you who don't know, if you want to submit some replays, you can click the link to the Discord in the description, post them in the Edison Format replays channel, and if I think they're cool enough, I will feature them in a video like this one. So starting off here, we have, I think this one is some kind of Moja thing. It's like a Spacian Moja. Like, I had to feature this first, right? Because it's just a combination of things that I love. So it's like Spacian Moja versus just cringe Gladiator Beasts. So, Gladiator Beast player going first, going Laquari set 2. Okay, Heavy Storm, that's pretty good, but honestly probably should have held the Heavy here because the Heavy didn't do anything. Like, he didn't actually kill this Laquari. Now I have to, like, Mirror Force it. I don't know, maybe could have just set the back row. It would have been fine. Now we're going to Foolish with the Cross Portal to add the Spacian Dark Panther, which is going to hit over the set monster. Actually, it's just going to eat a D prison, and the opponent is going to contact into Geysaris, which will get torrentialed. What's the remaining back row? It's like a rug. A main deck pulling the rug. Absolutely psychotic. So, should have pitched the king here, because then you would just still have Shiba Warrior in your hand. It would be the same field. But we got two big bunguses beating in. Beast Striker is bigger than any Glad Beast they could summon, so like kind of doesn't matter. Maybe you should just set the Raikou here, because now you eat a Bottomless, but you still just have this 1850 on the board that they got to find an answer to, and they draw a dead Starlight Road. That's not going to do anything, so the Gladiator Beast player is going to lose game 1. Is that Sakuretsu Armor and Horn of Heaven? I mean, we already saw they were on Trap Hole, I guess, so it's not that surprising. We're like, what the hell are they playing here? Convert Contact, going to let us draw 2. We're going to set the Shiba Warrior. Obviously, the Shiba Warrior is not going to last too long here because the Glad Beast player will just tag into Murmillo and kill it. But we have Heavy Storm here, so we can do some stuff. We can bring out the King. Probably good to just hit over the GB. We are going to get the King outed by a Shrink, but that doesn't matter because there's no Ready Ari coming to remove it from play, so we're just going to set everything. And we now choose to use our own Torrential aggressively to set up our graveyard for Avarice, I think. Oh no, we leave the King as well. Do we Prohibition? We Prohibition Bestiari. That's pretty good. That's actually really good. How does GBs deal with that, honestly? That's so rough. That is so rough. Because it cannot be used in any way. So we're going to Blind Typhoon one of these back row. I don't really know if I agree with that decision. And we're going to Blind Typhoon the back row to do nothing. So, you know, whoever submitted this replay has this disorder that a lot of Edison players have, where they just use their spell trap removable the second they draw it for no reason. And that's really not how you want to play. So we're going to hit him with the mole, or the rats. I get all the beastie dudes confused. We're going for Black Rose here, which seems very ambitious. It'd be pretty bad if they had Road. But they don't. They have Horn of Heaven, though, to negate the sum of the Black Rose, which is not as good, but still pretty good. The Giant Rat eats a Trap Hole. We're going to draw into a Cross Porter. So if this gets run over, we could potentially add a Neospacian to get this Convert Contact live, but it's going to be banished. Wait, no, it's going to be Phoenix Wing Wind Blasted. Okay, that's a heck of a card to be playing in Gladiator Beast. Is this some kind of like Highlander build where they're only allowed to play one of each trap or something? Like, what's going on with this GB player's build? We draw into Alias, which is apparently in here. Very strange. You would think it would just be Prisma plus Stratos. So we're going to revive the King. We're going to not attack because the opponent accidentally showed us they have Widespread Ruin set. We are brain controlling the Alias. Did we add back the Black Rose to the extra with an Avarice? No, we did not. So we can't make that, but we can make Stardust, which basically is an auto win. Unless we hit into D-Prison. Okay, but there's no D-Prison. Still, I don't think there's any reason to ever attack with Stardust in this situation. The only way GBs ever recovers from you making Stardust is if you just hit into D-Prison, or if they happen to main compulsory or something. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the game for the GB player. Moja is actually pretty good against this deck because it just craps out the 2500 over and over again and like makes synchros and stuff. That was cool. Spacian Moja, definitely an interesting idea. On to the next one. Here we have, oh god, I don't remember the order I had them in. Is this one? This looks like it's the field spell zombie or like machine zombie thing. It might just be playing Mizuki to go with Zombie World. There's definitely multiple Zombie World in here though. I've been seeing like a couple people on this build. Did someone like post a video or something. Like, I've seen this zombie field spell thing, although I don't think this is the version with, like, Marionette Might. This might be a different one. So we're going to set everything. End phase Icarus attack, but we already had that Starlight Road down, I guess. I think. So the Stardust just going to come down. The opponent's going for a Whirlwind Search, but it gets bottomless and they chain book, and then for some reason we bribe the book, even though the book stops their own Whirlwind Search. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, that goes through. I guess a Morphing Jar is about to go off, maybe. We've got a Terraforming for Zombie World, Summon Gear Frame. That's going to get Torrential, but we chain Stardust. They chain Bottomless, and now we're just gaslighting our opponent about how this works, because they can definitely chain Bottomless there if they want. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. It was a terrible Bottomless usage on a freaking Gear Frame, I guess. But, like, they're never going to get to use it now, because there's a Stardust that just keeps coming. Wait. They forgot to bring back Stardust. Oh man! All right, Dust Shoot's being used. Now we flip summon the Mizuki after we yoinked it with Mindcon. Why did we Mindcon this if we weren't going to search a Gale and like Synchro or something? Maybe we actually don't want the Mizuki to go to grave, so we're just doing something different. But Mirror Force, that is a good Mirror Force. All right, now the Bottomless actually does get used in a much better way than it was originally attempted to be used. But we're just going to summon double Gadgetron Mizuki back, a Fortress, because we could do that because we have Zombie World. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me like the first version of KFC that I played had Zombie World and Mizuki in it, just because it like turns your dude into a monster reborn. I thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, Heavy Storm. Yeah, GG, Lamau. Idiot. Owned. Destroyed. Don't set 3 back row. I guess the Whirlwind kind of replaces itself, but like, just set 1 back row, you know? Just set 1 back row. It's not that hard. I'm pretty sure that this Fortress, or that this Gadgetron got discarded to the graveyard. The replay is just like glitched out or something, so keep that in mind. Yeah, oh crap. Everything makes sense again. All is well. We're going to bring back Call and just, okay, yeah, or bring back Gadgetron with Call and attack for game with all our dudes. So writing was kind of on the wall there for the Blackwing player. Interesting deck. I've been seeing more of this like Gear Town Zombie World thing around in different variations, so neat to see a version playing the Machina cards. I think that's pretty cool. Next replay, what do we got? If I remember, I think these only get cooler as we go, so yeah, definitely. Definitely so. Congratulations to those of you that have stuck around long enough to see Koaki Maru Dragons. Yo, it's synergy. The Urnite can summon Drago from your deck. So anyway, we're going to Sark for Iron Core. We're going to revive the dude, but Blackwings can just out anything ever because that's how they work. Whirlwind's going to resolve. We're going to get a Kalut, and the Kalut's going to give us a value from the deck. Now we'll sink into Catastrophe. Probably should have just made Android since we know they're on red meds and stuff. Anyway, Core Repair Unit, or is that what it's Core Transport Unit? What am I talking about? Okay, yeah, this just lets you add one by discarding a card. So you can keep getting the Iron Core and using it, I guess. But right now we just have a red med. They try to compulse. We negate it with Iron Core Luster. I guess it's just an Omni-Negate kind of counter trap for Koaki Marus if you have the Iron Core in hand. Now they're going to summon Gale, we Torrential. Now we get that second Iron Core so we can... Oh, the 5-head comes down. That gets Mirror Forced. We summon Urnite, reveal an Iron Core to special Drago. And then in the end phase, we can reveal for Drago and send one of these Iron Cores for Urnite. Yeah, okay, that's how it works. Very confusing. All their weird maintenance effects. So there's no more Torrential, so we can kind of just go and we get a Boulder from our deck. Let's go. The Boulder is conflicted. Alright, we hit him with everything. And the Drago gets deprisoned, but we just summon another Drago. We just keep summoning Drago. And then we pitch to maintain the Drago, and we reveal this to maintain the other one, and apparently Boulder has no such requirement. We're going to try to crash, but we get colluded. Now we set Judgment, switch the Boulder, bring back the Red Med. Sussy Solemn Judgment usage there. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. They choose not to hit over the Boulder to give them the search. Now we're in a predicament, though, because the Icarus attack is going to out our stuff. They probably should have done it immediately, because now we got to revive something else, and we can banish the Iron Core to special out Maximus, which can out the Black Whirlwind, And then probably should have done that main too, just in case they're one of those psychos who plays Gores and Blackwings. I don't think it's particularly likely, but it's better to just play around as much as you can. Heavy Storm into Blizzard, though, is pretty scary. Goyo Guardian actually going to take the Boulder, but the Boulder lets us add Koaki Maru Tornado, and then the Iron Core can add itself back instead of conducting our normal draw phase. So now we can summon the Koaki Maru Tornado, which will return an Iron Core from the hand to destroy all special summoned monsters the opponent controls, which is all of them. And then we will attack for game. That was a heck of a... Was that just one duel? Was that a best of one? Alright, in the future, stop submitting best of ones, everybody. No matter how cool it was. Okay, maybe that was two and I just forgot it. It just seemed like a really long game, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what was happening. Anyway, we got Water Dragon Reasoning Gate. You know, I think I played against this on the channel once. I definitely remember a guy playing Water Dragon. And then we're going up against just like standard Disaster Dragon build, it looks like. So we're going off here. We can Mally into Monster Gate, maybe, is what we're going to do. Monster Gate, what do we get? What do we hit? We mill Dad, Dark Creator, we hit Dark Greffer, we don't even use the effect. Are you telling me that Mally is the only thing we play Greffer for? I guess that kind of tracks. I feel like you kind of want to play the Greffer if you have the Mally. Especially if you don't have like discard traps or, well, you have outlets like DDR maybe. So we're going to go for trade-in. Let's see, we can DDR, summon Jinzo, activate Miracle Fusion. Okay, we're getting in there. We're not activating Reasoning just yet. I wonder what the best thing to hit off Reasoning is. It seems like the Jinzo is just in here as like a random Reasoning target, like it's friggin' Goat Format or something. We draw Heavy? Are you kidding me? That's like the one thing we needed to draw. Okay, but we're still not going to win. Maybe should have just gone for it with Reasoning. If they'd called it wrong, you'd have had game. We now hit in, and now we're going to get Mirror Forced, presumably, at some point here. Nope, we don't feel like using Mirror Force for this plus. That would just be too easy. Why would we do that? Then we would have monsters on our field at the end of our turn instead of... Well, actually, we can still banish this Wyvern, right? We can still banish this Wyvern. So I guess we just keep the Mirror Force. Apparently we play Phantom. We hit Dark Lord Zerato off of the Reasoning. Glorious. Okay. So Zerato can kill the field, I guess. We're using all our upstarts, though, so we don't have lethal anymore. What can we do with this Phantom? We could have just summoned it and copied Dad and killed their whole field and won the game, but we chose to give our opponent an extra turn here with the upstart goblins. So I guess if they can miraculously pull something and then not die to return, yeah, I don't see how that's happening. We flip return, we win the duel, right? Yeah. Okay. Reasoning Gate Water Dragon's gonna win game one, I guess. Alright, opponent just opens another kind of whatever hands. We should Future Fusion first, I think. After we break her the back row. We should maybe have... Yeah, I think that was probably... We could have held the D-draw until after we did our Malicious Play next turn, I guess. But maybe we just want to draw cards right now. The thing is, it's not like we're going to draw today defense, so maybe we should have just waited. Alright, Drago's going to be annoying. We got to, like, out that. We have to out that, like, physically. So we can use the Maui Plague stuff now that it's gone and make Dark End an attack for 49. But the opponent's got some stuff. They have Heavy. They just drew Future Fusion, which is kind of good. So we can go bring back some red meds. All right, do we top deck Heavy Storm again? Is that what's happening? No, we draw Zerato, which we intentionally stacked off the Plague so we could special it with Dasher effect. You gotta love to see it. So now Zerato can out the entire field. We will play around Mirror. We will still eat the Mirror because they have to use it to survive, but I don't see how they can not lose here. I guess maybe it's possible. Could they not take this thing with the Goyo, or they're just not risking attacking, I guess? They wanted to leave the Drago there anyway because it stops the 5-head from coming down, but now the Drago is seriously annoying because we need to out it, or else we're never going to be able to drop this Creator. We do use the Storm to some pretty decent effect there. We set the RFDD, set the Crow. We need to find it out to the stupid Koaki Maru Drago. We're never going to be able to play the game. All right, we can return back just Goyo, and then we can kill it. And then we can... it dies. You can't reveal Water Dragon. It's a Sea Serpent. It's a sea serpent. Well, it says water dragon. Come on. Why is a water dragon a sea serpent? Cursed. This is almost as bad as the Brionac thing. You know, except a little bit less, I'd say slightly less frequently that we see water dragon actually be used. So the opponent just summons Lad or Drago and attacks directly for game. So we're going to a game 3. Our hand sucks. Yeah, no sugarcoating this one. Probably shouldn't have even summoned the breaker. Alright, but we're going to use it on a Dust Shoot. Kind of unfortunate they found Dust Shoot there. Should maybe have just summoned the Greffer in priority. I think it's like, what are the chances of the set a card that wasn't chainable there in that exact sit where there's just a breaker with a counter sitting on the field, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. We are actually just using Giant Trunade to resolve Morphing Jar. Hilarious. They fall for it, too. I mean, maybe they just thought there's no way they're playing Morphing Jar and Reasoning Gate, which is admittedly kind of makes sense, but on the other hand, there's not a lot of reasons to just Trunade pass. Alright, we got Miracle Fusion. That should be pretty good. Is it gonna get booked? No, it's just gonna deal with everything. Beating him with the Greffer, we Sark for Jinzo, set Dust Tornado, pass. Okay. Opponent's gonna hit in with the Drago and then maybe activate Soul Release. No, we're not activating Soul Release. We're Sarking for Braincon. I don't even know if Soul Release is good. Kind of seems completely pointless to me to side this card in. We get the Jinzo, we activate Rhoda, we get Stratos, and now we're still in the situation where we can't out Drago. God, Drago is just a nightmare. Let's see, we just gotta pass. Opponent's gonna Sark for Few. It's getting kind of scary. We gotta out the Drago somehow. How do we out it? Brain Control? Is Brain Control Sarked or something? Do we get to draw that card? Or add that card to our hand this turn? Okay, I think it was Sarked. So now we can Brain, summon Jinzo, summon Dad, summon Dad, banish to kill, flip RFDD, win the duel, right? That's what's happening. Yeah, that seems to be what's happening. So just simply resolve return from the different dimension, I guess. That's the plan. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.